Overwatch, StarCraft 2, and Hearthstone, you are kind of announcing more elements of the thing you already announced, right?
Yeah.
Like there's going to be no new, like, might be a new mode coming to Overwatch or something, but like it's not. There's no sequel or expansions happening with any of these other properties. So it makes sense.
I mean, except for StarCraft 2.
So it makes sense you open with World of Warcraft. You open with the thing that's like, this is a new announcement.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
This is a new, like Blur got involved with this. Mm-hmm. This is, stuff's going down. Mr. Bloodworth, you said there was some more news that happened today. I actually have a couple embargoes that lifted recently that I can talk about some stuff before we completely wrap up our Gamescom coverage.
Yeah. Well, you'll have some more detailed impressions as well, but
right.
So just some quick news bites that happened this morning. You guys are gonna hate this to start off, but we'll get the bad news out of the way first.
Okay.
Battleborn announced 4 new heroes and an actual release date, February 9th. Lara Croft Go coming out end of the month.
Cool.
I'm actually curious about
yeah,
that.
I am too. I am too. Hitman Go is great.
August 27th. This is a funny one. Fruit Ninja's 5 years old and has a huge update.
You could skip that one.
Yep.
Skip it.
You guys were talking about this, I think, already. Final Fantasy 15, they're saying will be next year, maybe.
Yeah.
Sort of.
They're saying you won't have to wait until 2017. That is what Top
Mixed
said.
messaging.
December 31st, 2016.
I got a lot to say about Final Fantasy 15.
That's its own video.
Yeah, that you guys are gonna do that. There is an expansion for Ori and the Blind Forest coming later this year.
That's cool.
Cool.
I need to play that game.
Yes,
It
you
looks
do.
gorgeous.
And the last little news bit was Fallout 4 won't end when you finish the story, and there is no level cap.
What do you mean won't end?
Whoa. Interesting.
Like it won't shut you out from continuing.
Like Fallout 3 did initially.
Fallout 3 did that, yeah, that was bad.
That should have been a PowerPoint.
No level cap.
Like Witcher. No level cap.
Okay.
It depends if they scale with you or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
If they scale
Fallout
with you, who
scales,
cares?
right?
Yeah, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, who cares?
Some areas do. I don't know if everywhere scales in Fallout.
I don't think they scale.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think they have the levels, right?
Maybe they do
I mean,
after a certain point or something.
I don't remember.
I don't
Yeah,
think they
I read
do.
somewhere too. There's 400 plus hours of content in
my
Fallout
God,
4.
dude.
Have fun, Jones.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
Dive
there
in.
always have to be there's like the map is 10 times as big as San Andreas,
Yeah.
and everyone freaks out. And it's
Yeah.
like, what? That's nothing. You say nothing with that statement.
I look forward to 30% more grass.
Yeah, like I hate those headlines.
Yeah. You have to walk farther
Jones
to get
loves it.
everywhere.
So, well, it depends on the game. Yeah.
Bigger map.
Well,
Yeah,
for
he's
something
like,
like Just Cause 3, they actually said the map wasn't bigger, and I like
But
that.
it's, like,
because
more-
they're like, there's we're gonna actually have like cave systems inside
that's
of the
cool.
mountains, and the
Quality,
the areas
not
are gonna
quantity.
be different.
The idea of like developers sitting there and they have like a GTA 5 map in front of them. Okay, and it's like let's just cut this out and make it bigger. It's just hilarious to me.
So yeah, the other two news tidbits I checked out some pre-Gamescom stuff. One of them was multiplayer's coming to Skylanders.
It didn't have multiplayer before?
Didn't have online multiplayer.
Oh.
I think you could play.
Can you
believe
be
you can
Bowser
play co-op.
and Donkey
Yeah.
Kong
Together.
Um,
Theoretically, yes.
Bowser
Yes.
and Bowser
Double
together.
Bowser.
Double Bowser.
Whoa, dude.
Well, they have like different modes you can switch them into, so you can make them look distinct. But that was fun. Played the match, played a bunch of different races. Had a good time with that. Curious. To check that out when it comes out. The racing is legitimately fun. One thing that I like about the racing in Skylanders is the air stuff is pretty, like you've played games like that before. The racing stuff is Mario Kart-ish. But the sea stuff is fun because there's two different, you can be above the water or below the water. So there's a lot of fun, like shortcuts that you can find by going down.
Cool,
And
wave
there's
race.
a lot of then there's a lot of bits where like if you're going off a huge jump and then you hold that button while you're in the air that makes you go underneath the water and then you like pop down. There's a lot of secrets sometimes. Like you're just like go through all the rings and like some of them are hiding like underneath the water.
Cool.
So, like just that dynamic, and you can just dodge stuff. So if like a bunch of spikes are coming at you, you just drop below and it's like oh there's all sorts of other crazy stuff happening. And it's gorgeous. All the Skylanders games look really good. And Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I got to play as Evie Fry. And I got to run into the Tower of London, which was fun because I've been there. I actually remember being there as a kid.
Must
Be
be
nice.
And I was like, wow, Tower of London, this is really cool. And I'm like, I probably won't recognize, and just walk right over an area. It's like, I remember this. Like, I'm getting like a strong vibe from that.
How are
It's
the
fun.
interiors?
The interiors are really pretty. Just like, I loved the interiors of Unity. That was actually one of my favorite parts of it. There were 3 parts of a level, 3 things in a level I could do. One was there was a constable that there's like, red targets and blue targets. The red are like Templar guys hate you no matter what, and the blue are just cops. They're like, if you cause a commotion, they have this in Unity where like they'll try to stop you, but if you rescue the constable will alert the men, and they'll all fight for you, so you can get a big brawl going. You could have a guy kidnap you, which they kind of started to implement a little bit in 3. I remember they had a mission where like they were like guys that pretended to be the soldiers, and they would like get you into a secret area. So you can do that, and one guy had the keys. If you want to just like get the keys, break in, kill everybody, and do it, like do it a really traditional way, or you could just run in and take her out. Like you can just say, screw that, I don't want to do it, and go through. Blair, one thing that I want to talk to you a little bit about, we actually haven't talked about, I think since, maybe we might have said something in passing, but like the interesting thing the grappling hook does is I remember going back and playing, I think I went back for some inexplicable reason and played Assassin's Creed 1. It was for Trailer Academy. I went back and played through like most of the first Assassin's Creed, and it was so funny how many areas are just like giant walls, and I'm like, I just can't get in there, and like you kind of have to like roll around like a fort and like really be like try to find that one little sliver of thing, and okay, I got to climb up that, just kind of like a classic, like any classic like platforming game. With the grappling hook, like you're in. It's like, especially when you're on the top of one high point and you're looking down and trying to think like, how am I going to get down through there up to that wall? And it's like you're there, and so it's interesting that like. I don't know if that's going to totally crush the pace of the game, or because they're adding that now, they're like that. We're just taking the importance out of that and having more detail in like what you're actually doing in the area.
But only when you play as him, right?
No, they both have grappling hooks.
Did you assassinate?
Evie has the grappling
Evie has a
hook?
grappling hook too. The other thing, Evie has a bomb that's exclusive to her that stuns a bunch of people. She's better with knives. But the one thing that I was like, the grappling hook, I think they can still have that not mess up the pace of the game. But one thing that sounds ridiculously overpowered is if Evie is in like stealth mode, if she's crouched and just stops, she goes full Predator style and vanishes.
What?
If a guy's like next to you and actually bumps into you, like whoa, he'll see you and like everybody will freak out. But like unless he gets close to you, you can be like right in the middle of a part.
Like,
yeah, I mean
context-wise.
Well, I mean there's magical elements. Like how does a big lightning bomb work? But
I don't know.
so I'm curious if she gets some piece of Eden or is blessed in some way with like stealth juice or like I don't.
Eden kind of makes sense, but why?
Yeah.
But
well,
why?
The why is to make her really different from Jacob. Like
honestly,
that's they really want to make
Can
like
you-
and the way they describe the separation is they're like when you're doing story missions, you'll have to be one or the other person, or maybe swap back and forth between them.
Can you play the whole game as her, or do you have to switch?
You have to switch if you're doing story missions. If you're doing side missions or just running around the world, you literally just press pause, swap, and then you're back.
Lame.
You don't have to
So
like
no
you don't have to like
GTA
go back to
live
headquarters.
swapping?
What's up?
No GTA live swapping. Come out to the side.
That'd be sweet. You know what I mean?
Right.
Once again, GTA
Can
5.
you use the grappling hook
second place?
anywhere?
Not Game of the Year. What?
Can you use the grappling hook anywhere? Like any building.
Oh, that's like one of the criticisms.
Batman.
That's one of the criticisms that I had. It's not like totally restrictive in like a dumb way where there's like a wall you just can't get over, but it's not as free as Arkham Knight. Like I feel that like if I had a threat coming at me, I could just look up in Arkham Knight, tap a button, and it's like I'm going somewhere. Like it might not be exactly where I want to go. Where there definitely were a couple spots where I'm like, come on. Oh,
Looking for something, okay.
You have to look. You don't just press a button and vanish vertically. Like you have to look for the ledge and aim for it.
Right. But looks great. I mean, it's their second game on current gen consoles. There were issues, but there's issues in every demo you play before a game comes out.
Also,
Issues
in
in Assassin's Creed.
a lot of
and-
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I think my major issue is just like still don't really know how the group works in this game, Evie's kind of interesting because we're finally getting to play as this female character, but like Jacob, I just don't like the guy. I need some kind of more convincing of why I'm really going to be passionately. You meet Ezio and his family's hung in front of him, and then it's like he doesn't know what's going on, and then is like now introduced to the assassin's life, and I get that story was like getting old. I actually kind of liked Kenway just being totally indifferent to it,
Yeah,
being
just
like
pirate.
assassons, whatever. I'm wearing this hood to piss you off. I don't care about your
Assassin's
order,
Creed
like,
3
whereas
should
like
have
you
been
meet
about
this
Ken
guy
Miller.
and like he knows he's already an assassin. He's into it. The story. So it's like, okay, well then what? Like why? Like what's
Or,
really
I'm
his
sorry.
angle other than the classic? I'm taking over the city. It's like, yeah, there's these people are being persecuted. It's like, right, but why Jacob specifically is like the guy to do it.
Is there anything a weird mini game with the gangs, like the ships trading or anything like that?
I don't know. That's the big question. Yeah. I mean, it was a mission. It was
didn't
literally like it
Brotherhood
started
do
out.
that?
It was like kill this lady. I went in, killed her. The easiest way was to do the kidnapping thing because the guy just waltzes you right in, and if there you have a little circle around you, and if any soldiers walk into that, they'll be like, oh hey, and they'll recognize that the guy walking you in isn't actually a person he knows. Ian Hank,
Huh?
did you say something?
Oh, I said, wasn't Brotherhood like that? It had like, you had like a gang of dudes that you had to like,
Brotherhood's the best
train
Assassin's
or
Creed
whatever.
game.
No,
the series.
it's not. 2 is, sorry.
But
Whoa,
like,
defensive.
Yeah,
Would
so
the
defensive.
gang work
2
like
has-
that?
Jeez.
2 by far has the best story ever told in an Assassin's
It's
Creed
true.
game.
Yeah, the story in 2 is
Brotherhood
better than the
story
story in
was
Brotherhood, but the
way
gameplay in
better.
Brotherhood is better.
Yeah, I think the
gameplay
gameplay
too.
in Brotherhood is like as good as Assassin's Creed ever got.
The gameplay, yeah, but why does it matter if nothing is driving me other than that? Like 2 has solid gameplay.
My
but it
my,
has the
my
story.
team. I've never been so immersed in anything. When that first happened, in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, when they were like, and you got these guys on your team too. Anyway, back to the story, and I was like, screw the story. What? Like, I have my own guys that I can send on missions and bring into battle anytime I want at any number. And the more I level them up, the more guys I can bring in, and I can pick what color they wear. Like when a guy would get to level 4, I'm like, you wear
Easy
your
mode.
red armor now.
Yeah,
You know,
novelty
like-
wore off quick.
Oh man, I stopped playing the story for at least 3 hours,
Whoa,
and like that's
jeez.
all I did was
Okay.
just level these guys up and just send them on missions, and like, oh man, that was fun. So yeah, it seems like they're getting back to that with the gangs, but we don't know. Like, seemed like they were getting back to that with the seafaring stuff. That like maybe your crew would come with you in battle. These guys you see roaming around the ship, like you'd get to know them person by person. 4 was still awesome, but like they didn't really explore that. So with the gangs, I don't know. Like, am I dumb for like wanting to pick the color of their shirt? Like, it's really important to me. You know?
Fashion souls, baby.
Yeah.
No, but
Fashion
that's all they
souls.
think you want to do, so that's all they're gonna give you.
I'd be stoked to just get that. I don't know.
Are you getting a sense that?
Ian's hunched over. What's happening?
huh?
Are you getting a
I just
sense
don't
that the
care about
assassinations
this.
are gonna play a bigger role?
That was all I did in the demo, so I don't know. I haven't really gotten a sense of anything really concrete about this game from what I've done so far. It's just kind of like little tiny snippets of got to see the trailer, and then I got that, and then got to play that gameplay demo of what they first announced, and then got to try Evie out, and she was fun. She's very no nonsense. I'm curious what they're gonna do story-wise with these two characters, because they both want different things. Like Jacob wants the power and the gangs, he wants to take the leaders down, and Evie's more into like what's going on with the pieces of Eden, what's going on with actually like all the Templars specifically in their lineage with the assassins and that story, and the what are the precursors? What are they called?
Yeah.
Really? I was like, that's from Halo. I'm like, oh no, they're called precursors too. Okay. Yeah, got to play this, and
I'm so pissed at the story. So
No,
bad.
one of my least favorite tropes in video games is actually there was an ancient civilization that we're going to vaguely refer to. I hate it. It's so bad.
well,
We need to up the stakes. What can we do? Well, there was someone before the
Well, do you
bad
remember when
guys.
again
I
back
think
to
in Sonic
2?
Boom, they just called them the Ancients or something.
Back
No,
to
it's
There's a
ancient
long lost
precursors.
civilization called the Ancients. I'm like, what?
Back
The
to
Great
2,
One.
getting all of the secret, what
Pieces
were they
of
in 2?
Eden?
The Pieces of Eden in 2, and then you got that really cryptic, like 7-second
Yeah.
video of the ancient people running. Like,
Yeah.
that was at a time when the mystery was like,
Yep.
I wanted to know more.
Well, that's
But now I feel like the mystery's played out.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, they've been stretching it on for
Didn't they?
so long.
Didn't
They
they like
ignored it, is
completely
what you
abandon
mean.
the
Completely
future?
ignored it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
Didn't they, if you wore your headphones? Didn't they completely abandon the future? Storyline?
Yeah, the precursor lady came back and became a computer virus and then didn't do anything.
Yeah.
They gotta just skip and do the futures.
I think I'm gonna
Three.
pass on.
That was Assassin's Creed 3.
Okay.
Okay, that's the last time we had anything significant happen with the actual storyline of Assassin's
Well,
Creed.
and 4, when you're like working at the company, kind of.
Nothing happened, Huber!
Nothing happened, but they referenced.
Desmond gave his life
Yeah.
at the end of 3 to stop this person. He sort of did, but she got out anyway. How many games have we had since then? Count them.
Like 4.
4.
Yeah.
Rogue. Unity.
Unity,
Alright.
Black Flag, and
Black Flag.
well,
That's
we
4.
had some hefty expansions as well. Like,
And like some side scrollers and all. Like, what in the sanity are you doing? Oh God.
we find out when we're getting this. This is this year's Assassin's
October.
Creed,
Yeah.
right? October.
October,
Find out in
November,
October.
sometime in there.
Who's reviewing that, Blood? Are you going to review that? Am I going to review that?
It might be you. I
Yeah.
don't know. We'll have to see what the schedule looks like.
Open world.
That'll be
Brand
interesting,
Jones.
man.
Yeah, Brand Jones.
I still have lots of nice things to say about Unity, despite all the frustrations. So we'll see if this is the straw that breaks Assassin's Creed's back.
I want to climb some precursor towers.
Yes.
See, yeah.
That's just me and
no,
towers.
it was a joke.
No, make an Assassin's Creed like 3000 BC. Make some like
Yeah,
ancient
dude.
Yeah, there you
Egyptian
go, there you
Assassin's
go.
Creed.
There you go.
Be awesome.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Climbing the Sphinx.
Do
and
one that
stuff.
goes
They're
between
saving that.
3000
when they're
BC
desperate.
And they throw in some
2008.
Sure.
supernatural elements like plagues and stuff
Yeah, mummies.
that you can command.
Some mummy tomb.
So it
yeah.
turns into the mummy.
Calm down. What's
Brand Fraser's in it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like the thing that was so exciting about Assassin's Creed initially, right, is it's like they could do anything.
Yeah.
They like the story that they constructed. They could go anywhere and get as crazy as they want to, and I feel like they haven't.
I'm
Really.
playing it safe.
Playing it safe.
We'll see. I will let you know how the story is. I will let you know what's up with the precursors.
Don't let me know what's up with the precursors. Please don't.
And what else? So we've gone through all the news. I mean, who? Again, I rattled out those names before. I would add Konami and 2K to the list. Like 2K, they showed up. They had their new Battleborn characters and whatnot. What?
Did you guys see that Silent Hill slot machine trailer?
I didn't see that until last night.
Oh my god. It is like the most it was a horrible trailer, like just very badly made.
Yeah.
But also it's just like, oh Jesus. Like, oh man.
It's funny too. It's just called like a nightmare trailer, and like it's a nightmare.
That's a nightmare, all right.
I've had people ask me, so you want another Silent Hill game, right? Like you want them to bring it back? I was like, no, absolutely not. There would nothing good would come from this.
I want Konami to I want them to burst into flames. I want all of their assets to be destroyed, and I want everyone who ever worked for their company to just vanish.
Careful.
Kojima just vanished.
Somebody called that Gabe and got in trouble for that.
Igarashi
Game pulled from
vanished?
Steam.
I don't want anything
Gotta be
bad to
careful.
happen to them. I just want them
Konami's
to
not gonna publish your game anymore,
go
bro.
away.
You read the story about the working conditions at Konami, right?
Yeah.
They're basically
It's
treated
terrible.
like slaves. Yeah,
They're
it's
monsters.
horrifying.
I'm talking.
you
Yeah,
were
I'm
telling me
talking
the
about
guy turns the lights
crazy
off.
guy running it.
He
He's a
turns the
crazy
lights
man.
off, right?
Yeah, he turns the heat up or something. Like tries to force people.
So,
to
so
quit.
Blizzard has 2 more days of announcements, and Konami's a bunch of monsters. Thank you very much for watching our Gamescom coverage this year, guys. Anybody else that we wanna give credit to? Any other companies that brought it?
I think Microsoft.
Because I just think
Microsoft.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
well,
Microsoft, Electronic Arts, Square Enix, and Blizzard were I think the 4 major players.
Yeah, but
it's
apparently the Crackdown demo is jaw-dropping, what they're doing with the physics and
You
stuff.
loved it.
on
When I saw that explosion, when they were like, yeah, anything in this world can explode, and they blew up a building, and then it started crumbling and destroying everything around, my jaw dropped.
Yeah.
Blown away.
Is that have they officially got on record to say anything?
They said
like this?
everything is destructible.
They did say
Every
that,
building.
yep.
That does sound like a fun, goofy multiplayer game to
Yeah.
play.
It was cool because they showed a guy shoot the building with the rocket launcher, and then they changed perspective to the guy on the building, and the whole thing just starts crumbling around him.
I'm a little cautious. I've only played Crackdown 2.
Crackdown 2 is
So I'm a little
so bad.
It doesn't
It's a
sound like it
disgrace.
has much to do with the others.
just
like
Crackdown 2
Crackdown 2 was one of those games that I played, and I was like, no, it's good. It's good. It'll get better. And one of the most disappointing sequels.
Crackdown 2 or Prototype 2? I wonder.
Prototype 2 is awesome.
Yeah, Prototype 2 is pretty great, but I also
So
had fun playing
good.
Crackdown 2. So I don't know, maybe I'm-
What? It's okay.
What?
You know why I had fun Crackdown 2?
Open world. Open
No.
world.
You love
Open
Crackdown
world
2?
bias. Open world bias.
You know why.
Is there an open world game
Anybody?
you don't like?
Blood, do you know why I had fun at Crackdown 2? You know,
You played with your wife.
My wife?
Yeah, I got
You
to-
played with your
I got
wife.
to kill my wife over and over again.
Whoa.
I got the sniper off the edge of a building in here.
I was feeling
It's a
bad
weird
about what I said about
Is there an
Konami.
open
weird
world
stream.
game though, Jones, that you do not
Jones
like?
likes to murder his wife.
Oh,
Right
sure.
now.
Yeah. I mean, off the top of my head, I can't think.
Think of one game. Just give us
That's
one.
Skyrim, that piece of crap. No, I'm just kidding.
Just give us one.
What's a bad open world game? The second Vice
All
City
of them?
PSP GTA.
Vice City Stories.
Yeah, Vice City Stories was
That's a pull. That's a pull. That's
Vice City
a
Stories
stretch,
was
but-
weak. Vice City Stories was the first NPC, the first major playable character in a Grand Theft Auto game. And I was like, I don't care about you at all. Not even a bit. Not even slightly curious. Yeah, it just looks. I just love running around an area. It's so tempting to me. I guess that's why I like Towers, is because you get into an open world game and you just look out at something. It's like the beginning of Journey. You go and you see that mountain. It's like I gotta get there. I gotta go to that spot.
yeah, but it's a not a cool mountain.
but it
like,
but
glowing
it
light shooting out
marks
of it.
but it kind of marks like the thought process that went into like making that area special. It's like when you put a tower in, it's like, okay, now you got to look around at all of the points around that area and realize like we got to fill this with cool stuff. It's like when they showed the world map of
There it is. So crazy.
it's like when they showed the world map of
So nuts.
the new World of Warcraft expansion, the Legends map of the Broken
The
Isles.
towers turn into
Look at
check
this.
marks.
Anytime
Right.
Checking them off on
Look at this.
I
my
see a
list.
game and I'm excited to blow things up just
This
because
is insane.
that's good.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is insane.
Oh man, what was that?
Battlefield
What was
5.
that mode?
And you're gonna be
in
able to
one
do
of the
it
Red
co-op.
Faction games that we had so much fun with. That we like just.
You
taking
plus this
turns.
in there.
Oh my God, pluses. Crackdown 3, it's over.
Plus this effect.
Yeah.
So how do you think this resets? Like you just so I go running in
was
and I
running
level the
into
whole
it.
map. What now? What?
The
Is-
exact same
is
thing
that-
as
is
every
that-
other Crackdown? That's the funny thing. I can't get this out of my head. I liked Crackdown 1, but I didn't really own it, didn't play it a lot. So Crackdown 2 comes out, and I'm like, okay, all right, fine. This is actually kind of the same game, but looks better, plays better, feels better, whatever. Great.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Crackdown 2
What about it?
is upgraded version of Crackdown.
Hold on, let him finish. Let him finish.
Okay.
No, please, by all means, correct me.
No, what were you gonna say though?
Crackdown 3,
Yeah. Just looks like more.
it's still the same thing. I kind of dig that in a way, though. I dig the fact that they don't need to have continuity. It's just, let's go blow things up. Let's go have a whole bunch of fun shooting everything in sight, including each other. At the same time, does anybody else care that it's the same game over and over again, just getting better like mechanics?
It's a real clear visual style. It's not a new. It's a new generation. It's like
Yeah.
I think this is a game that regardless of its quality, is a smart play to put on the Xbox One,
Yeah.
especially when they're like just really hunting for exclusives.
I think what Crackdown 3 really needs to elevate it is it needs an ancient race that is really pulling it through.
No, dude.
And it's weird, it's like you hear a lot of games that say like you could only do this on Xbox One, and I don't think you could only do Crackdown on Xbox One, but like it does in a weird way feel like an Xbox kind of game, with the neon and the boisterousness of it, like it does. I don't know, it does feel
That
like it fits.
Xbox
Much
vibe.
more than
Boisterous.
something like Tomb Raider. They say like, oh, Tomb Raider, of course, Xbox One.
I know it's really
And that just
early,
didn't make
but the
sense for me.
way they float around when they're shooting, it really bugs me.
The question I have is, what I remember, I remember noticing that there were things that were improved just in the systems of Crackdown 2, but I had more fun playing Crackdown 1 because it reminded me kind of Mercenaries. Like, it was really specifically set on like these characters. They're
Yeah,
like these
hunt 'em
6,
down.
Yeah.
7, 8 characters are the heads of all of these crime families. You got to take them down.
Yeah.
If I know that guy's in that building, why don't I just level the building? Like why do I wonder like in what ways this game will restrict you. It's kind of like Just Cause 3. Like I played that and it's just like, oh, it's so you have tons of C4 now and it's easier to get ammo, and I'm like, I just wonder if like when does it get tough? Like how am I challenged in Crackdown 3?
Well, you know what will check me out immediately is if I open that map and there are
And
these 5,000 dots, and
There's
it's like you'll get
5,000 of those damn
yeah,
orbs.
I,
Remember you have to collect all those
Oh, you
Yeah.
can
to
see it
level
right
up?
there.
Yeah.
You can see it right there.
Oh my! There's like
See,
one
I'm that
every
open
3
world
feet.
weirdo that,
No,
that
I-
loved that
I
saw
think-
them again and was like, how do I get up there?
I think you can do it well, but like Crackdown 2 added agility orbs where you had to chase them
Yeah.
around, and that it just
right.
wasn't.
Oh, God, I
it
remember
just
those.
made something that was already kind of tedious even more of a pain in the ass. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
I forgot about those.
Yeah.
Chasing down orbs.
Mm-hmm.
Again, just ending it on a high note. So those were all the contenders for Gamescom. Oh, I want to talk about who's at
No, it
Gamescom
could be.
because
I'm excited.
because some people don't go to Gamescom. And it is that kind of a show where like it is an interesting. It's after E3, it's after Comic-Con, it's before PAX. Before Paris Games Week, it's before the big rush. It's like one of the last things that you can do if you want to take the stage and get people really excited about something that you have coming out at the end of the year. So it's just interesting to me that some companies are like, we're done. That's the last thing. Like we'll handle our own marketing. We don't necessarily need to jump on the big Gamescom bandwagon. So that's why I'm curious who's there. So if you watched all 3 days of our Gamescom coverage and there's stuff that we still missed, I want to hear about it. Let me know on social media. Let us know on our official Twitter channel. Let us know in the comments when we put this video up on YouTube.
Game of the show? Game of the show, people?
Game
What
of
was
the
your game of the show,
show.
Jones?
I mean, Scalebound we thought was the most exciting thing that was shown at Microsoft, but I don't know if that was necessarily my game of the show.
Dark Souls 3.
Oh boy, Dark Souls 3 might be.
What if on Saturday Blizzard comes out Overwatch beta for everyone, playable now.
I didn't play it. But like my Battlefront's a contender. I mean, if we're just gonna go on personal decisions, like
Yeah,
boy,
Dark Souls is obviously my personal.
Battlefront, that was so rad, and I think it was just a great. It was right in the middle of like I was expecting them to do it. I wanted to see it. They showed it. It met my expectations. It was great. You know, it was great on
There
all
was
ends.
so
Whereas,
much
like,
stuff.
Some things I'm more hyped about because I didn't know about them, and some things I am hyped about, but it didn't quite meet my expectations. Whereas that just kind of rung like right in the middle. Game of the show. Ben Moore.
I've been thinking about it. I don't know if I would like classify this as a game in the show in the classic sense. Like this was absolutely the best thing I saw there. But a game that I just saw briefly, didn't know anything about, and I was like, I want to play this as soon as possible. Was We Happy Few. Just the vibe of that trailer, and it I got nervous watching it. The way that people looked, the atmosphere. Well, out of anything, I'm most curious about that, and I think any trailer that makes me curious is a positive thing.
Bloodworth over there is cringing that we're saying game of the show because we haven't played a lot of these games. You know, like the Crackdown demo, haven't tried that. You know, a lot of stuff that is only playable there.
I'm not saying game of the show. It's just something cool that I saw.
Our favorite game of the show.
Favorite game.
Yeah.
Favorite game.
Or yeah.
Dark Souls 3, baby.
Yeah,
Miyazaki's
okay,
back.
boom, there you
I
go.
just
Own
felt
it.
weird saying
That's
that
all
because
you need to say.
I played
Ian,
it pre-Gamescom.
I'm assuming you're going to
You
echo
played
that
it.
statement.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would
Dark
be
Souls 3 and We Happy Few.
If you could have any game that was shown at Gamescom, it would be Dark Souls 3.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, he's sane.
I just want that reaction, you know? It's like, I know exactly what he's going to say.
I think
I'm
Dark Souls
pulling
3 is
Ian's
gonna be
string, but I
incredible.
just want to...
I like We Happy Few too. And then once I found out it was on real systems,
Ooh.
Oh, yikes.
JK.
You burnt. Matt Blair, was there something that really blew your skirt up at Gamescom?
Personal pick, I will always love Battlefront, and I'm super hyped for it. But I don't know yet. I mean, I do kind of want to see everything else that Blizzard does, despite today. Despite how boring most of that was, it still actually got me like thinking, oh man, maybe I should just hop back in and play a mage real quick or something. You know, so I still think that, and they could do some stuff with the other games that they're making. I pretty much eat up anything Blizzard. So I reserve some judgment for that stuff, maybe a little bit.
And apologies to everyone in chat that I was watching that was just like, I'm so excited about this. Like, screw you guys. You know, like, I am so
Cool.
pumped for Legion.
There's nothing wrong with me.
Never be ashamed of being
certainly,
excited.
Certainly the smallest, well, I guess Cataclysm, but Legion is a smaller word. I saw that thing coming up, and I thought it would say Burning Legion, but I guess they had the Burning Crusade, so they were like, we'll just call it the
I think that's a
Legion.
great title. Just World of Warcraft Legion. It's got
Yeah.
a presence to it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, one game that we
It's a
haven't,
call to
I
action.
haven't watched the video of, I don't know if you did, but it's been getting a little bit of buzz, is Hellblade. Ninja
Yeah, I have
Theory's
seen
new
people
game.
talking about
Yeah.
it this morning, yeah.
Ninja Theory hype.
I actually was slapping myself because I went to during Judges Week, the final event that I went to for Judges Week was this awesome indie evening where we got to play all this stuff. And it was there, and I didn't play it.
You
Like,
passed up on Ninja Theory?
but I played like Flame in the Flood, and I played, you know, I watched Watam for the first time, or Watam for the first time for like half an hour.
Shame.
For shame.
You lost some friends today.
Yeah.
I played Enter the Gungeon, which I hadn't played before, which people
Dude,
were
we
saying
have
was
a
fun.
preview code of that.
Yeah, I played, yeah. But
Master of Codes.
And it was the kind of thing where, like,
Daniel
and I was the kind of thing where when I noticed that, and I noticed like, oh, there's like 15 minutes left in the evening, I went over and they had already taken off. I was like, oh, I thought I was gonna play that, and I didn't want to be that guy. It was still like the PS4 was still plugged in. I didn't want to be that guy to just like, you know, like, I'm gonna play your game. Wah. I wanted somebody to be present, you know. So I missed out on that. So hopefully that's at PAX, and hopefully I can check that out when I head up to PAX. But yeah, we talked about it a lot. We streamed a lot. Like we said, there's more to come. There's one more day of Gamescom. Does
Oh
it go through the
no, it
weekend?
goes through the
Goes
weekend.
through the weekend, right?
So yeah, so Thursday is it's the first public day. It's sort of the light day because it's more in the middle of the week. Tomorrow it's crazy, and then the weekend you just don't want to be there. Like people in the industry that like are working in the business center and stuff, they just take off. Like they don't stick around if they don't have to.
Huh.
But
it's-
and they
because
actually
everyone-
there are times where they like have to stop letting people in because they're just
Because it's the weekend. Everyone's off work, and so they're all gonna
Yeah.
go.
Pandemonium.
We're gonna
across
get on that
all of
train to
Europe.
Cologne. And it's tricky to get to Cologne, right? You can't just fly to Cologne. You gotta like get on a train and then go there, or
You can just fly to Cologne.
can
yeah.
fly
I always heard
there.
it was kind of tricky.
Must be.
No.
Yes.
You're thinking of when they went to Leipzig before.
Oh
Gamescom.
right. Okay. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Cologne's better. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you. You know, like we said, there's still more Gamescom stuff to happen this weekend. We will be releasing more videos. Like Ben said, he wants to talk about Final Fantasy 15. There was a huge Dota tournament this week. Maybe Dota 2 is the game of the week. No, not excited. Okay, sorry.
No,
take that back.
I'm just so I haven't like been.
And there's a
keeping
lot
up
to
on
catch
the-
up on. So I want to know what's happening. I want you guys to know. So let us know in comments and on social media what you guys are really excited about with Gamescom and what we could have possibly not talked about in the 10 possibly plus hours that we streamed this week to chat about all this stuff. But we appreciate as always you guys tuning in. What are we streaming tonight? Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah.
And what are we streaming tomorrow night?
Galaxy.
Galaxy will be streamed by and played by anyone but
I'm
Brad.
not here, that's why.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I would. That game's awesome.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you had something against that game. On our
No,
on our
hell
page
no.
right now, it says anyone but Brad.
That's Kyle being snarky.
Okay. I just want to know where the snarkiness is directed. I expect a snarkiness, but I just
Oh,
want
yeah,
to know
we're
the
all
degrees of
snarky.
snarkiness. It's like Ashbringer, you know. It's like the snarkiness is there. I just want to know what version of the snarkiness.
Yeah.
But there it is. Thank you for tuning in, specifically for Blizzard and for Gamescom. Brandon Jones here on behalf of the entire staff at GT. We will see you tonight on this channel for more streaming, but we'll see you next week for some more GT Live. See you then.